EROCK with Revolver Underground and also BalconyTV Nashville. If you guys want to check those sites out, revolverunderground.com and BalconyTVNashville.com as well. I'm sitting here with Jesse Lafser. How you doing?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well tonight.
Awesome.
We're going to go over a few questions. She's had a chance to look at them, so it's not going to be on the spot. But just a few interview questions to help you guys understand what an independent artist goes through kind of on a daily basis. So here we go. What makes a perfect writing environment for you as an artist?
I would say writing for me is an extremely personal experience. I know Nashville's big on co-writing, but I don't do a lot of that just because I feel like for me it's almost kind of like I step out of the way and this kind of like river comes through, and that's basically how I write. It's very inspired and it's very personal and very deep to me.
Very cool. Some creative influences, I guess, for you would be?
I would say people's stories, and I think just kind of nature and life and living in the moment is always inspiring to me. I can find myself inspired at any given time, really.
It's kind of like real life, real time things.
Right,
whatever
right.
Like
tragedy, struggle. Sadness is very inspiring.
Very cool. That's not very cool, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Anyway, have you ever rewritten a song?
No, I usually throw out a song if it doesn't come out in like 30 minutes, which sounds kind of crazy. And I know you're supposed to kind of work on songs, but for me, my songwriting process is just kind of all happens at once, and it's either done. If I try to work on it after that, it becomes very forced.
Yeah.
So that's
definitely
my personal thing.
And that's kind of against what Nashville's about too, because they're all about just going over it and over it.
Yeah, it is.
It's craziness. What was the moment in your life that you decided you want to do this? You want to be a singer-songwriter. You want to be an independent artist. You want to do music for the rest of your life or for this time period.
Yeah, I don't really have one of those like prodigal child stories where I was always a musician. But I think I realized I went to a summer camp back when I was 16 years old. Seems forever ago. But I saw like some of the counselors playing guitar, and like how it brought the community together and people together through sound. I was like, man, like I really think that that's something I want to do. And I have a very like artistic perspective on life anyway. So the first time I picked up a guitar, it just fit and everything made sense. From then on out, I was like, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. So that's kind of what happened.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I bet you just picked up a guitar and said, "Yeah, it feels right. Let's go ahead and do this." And
really, yeah. I started practicing, and I couldn't put it down. I mean, every day it was just hours and hours and hours, and started writing songs like every single day, and it just became a huge passion in my life.
That's awesome. That's really cool. What's one thing you would want a new band or a new artist to know, being in the position that you're in right now?
Yeah.
What would you say to that new artist?
Definitely two main things. The first thing is to just be yourself. Like the more you try to be somebody you're not, like the worse response you're gonna get. And secondly, I would say not merely just networking, but just to kind of see it as more of a community thing, to kind of share your music with other people and build with each other, because I think the more it's like every man for themselves, kind of the worse off that you become.
Do you tour at all?
I actually am in the process of planning a tour, so we're looking to do that hopefully next fall. So we have a lot of planning to do.
So 2011.
2011.
Nice.
Yes.
And how long is that generally going to be?
I'm thinking about 3 months for the tour. So it's going to be a long one, but we're planning to go all the way up the Northeast, all the way up to New York and back. So.
Shows every day?
Shows maybe every other day.
Every other day, nice. So you want to get some sightseeing in?
We want to do some vacation time in between and just kind of keep it chill, you know, but still make money. So.
Now, how do you afford that? I mean, what's your preparation for going on tour for 3 months?
I think it just depends on the venue, the right people to talk to. You know, I have certain places that I've talked to that are offering like a really good amount of money for a solo act. So basically, just trying to do it like that, you know. I don't have like a set plan yet, so that's why there's a year before it's happening.
All the planning takes place now.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's 3 months that's a huge commitment.
It is a big commitment, but I'm really ready for that.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Is there a certain thought or ritual that gets you in the right mindset for 1, writing, but 2, doing a show as well?
Whiskey? No.
Whiskey, nice.
I guess every time I go on stage, I just try to think like, you know, I think it's probably 70% mental and confidence, and I try to approach it as like, this is what I love to do, and like there's nothing else in this world that I'm made to do. You know, I suck at working, like I'm supposed to be a musician, so I try to tell myself like, you know, you're supposed to be doing this, like you're a professional, just go out there and do what you do.
Do you ever get nervous right before you go on stage?
I used to get really, really nervous. Like I, growing up, hated giving like speeches in school. Like I just didn't like that. But I guess I feel like as time went on, I've played a lot of shows and I kind of feel a lot more comfortable. So not anymore. No, I don't really get.
Do you have now? Sometimes when I'm playing, I get really nervous when I'm playing for like 2 or 3 people. When I'm playing for tons of people, I don't get nervous. Do you? Is that something that you?
Yeah, actually, I would say so. I think it's kind of weird when there's, especially like one person sitting in front of you that you don't know very well. You're like, I'm just probably gonna look down. I'm not gonna like stare into your face. Like it's just. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I would feel that way.
Yeah, that's just really weird.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to create or write music?
Oh wow, that's a good one. I would say probably. Maybe my house right now, which sounds really dumb, but
what part of your house?
There's this. I have like created a music room, and it's all hardwood floors, and the lighting is just beautiful when it comes through the windows. Like it's really good lighting, and I have kind of like a desk space with all my like instruments hanging on the walls, and it's just really inspiring. And I write my songs on a typewriter, so it is very old school, very cool. But that's what inspires me. So yeah,
that's awesome. Has there ever been a time in your life that you thought, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. You've been through some things with music. You've had times where you just didn't get paid enough, or you didn't do this, or this happened. Has there been a time in your life where you just thought, I don't know if this is the right thing to be doing?
I'll be honest. I mean, it is not easy to be an independent artist, but I think like for about 3 years when I first started writing, I was super inspired all the time. I was writing every day, and then it was kind of like, after my second release, my first LP record, I just got extremely burned out. A lot of stuff happened with that record. And for a while there, you know, I went through like a depression and all of this, and I was like, man, am I even supposed to be writing songs anymore? And, you know, the more I looked at it and looked at my life, I was like, there's nothing else that I should be doing. So at the end of the day, I always have that certainty deep down that like, this is what I have to do.
So there's going to be trials, there's going to be things that happen that go wrong, but overall you're on it. You're in it for the long haul. You're in to do it. Very cool. Let's talk a little bit about the economy. Obviously it kind of sucks right now.
Yeah.
How has that affected you as an artist?
Oh, it's affected me a lot. I think right now it's harder to get people to buy CDs. I think what people are going for more is live shows now, which is actually kind of cool if you are touring. I think that's the main thing to do right now. But CD sales are down, and you know it's hard because as an independent artist, you're having to do, you know, you're finding the producer if you want a producer, and then you have to pay for studio time, and then you have to pay for the artwork and the design, and it gets crazy, and like you have like very little support, so it's definitely affected me.
Do you do any of the merch, like T-shirts and stickers and all that stuff too?
I'm working on actually a flask.
Nice. The whiskey thing. We're coming back.
Yeah,
to the whiskey.
I'm a whiskey girl.
Me too.
But it's gonna be cool. It's gonna say my first record is called Tiny Wars, so I think we're gonna have it like inscribed saying like creating Tiny Wars since 1987, which is when I was born. So just kind of like a little funny thing, because I feel like people are sick of T-shirts. It's like, let's do something different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's everywhere. And is it harder? How long have you been doing this?
I've been playing guitar for about 8 years, writing songs for about 7.
Okay, so how is it harder now to do everything that you do as an independent artist now than it was 5 years ago?
Yes, it's a lot harder, I think. I think it's different when, you know, you're financially supporting yourself. Obviously, I think that puts a huge strain on your creative process. So I think it's definitely gotten harder, but I'm in it for the long haul, like you said.
So what cuts have you had to make now that the economy is where it's at? What have you had to take? 5 years ago, you were doing these certain things, but now you have to do much less. What are some of those things?
I guess just like finding people that are willing to play for the sake of music, as opposed to, you know, asking for. I wish I could pay everyone that I play with, but it's just not. I'm not able to do that right now. So I think stuff like that has really helped out. So
you're looking for true musicians,
right?
That's I think, you know, especially being here in Nashville, and not to say anything bad about Nashville. Nashville's amazing. There's nothing like Nashville anywhere. But since there's so much music here, so many people wanting to do music, you seem to see a lot more people wanting a lot more money for what they do, and a lot less people just wanting to play because of the sake of playing.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that I think Nashville needs to work on.
It becomes very jaded, for sure.
Definitely.
Indeed.
Where can we find your music?
I'm on iTunes, and I have a website. It's under my name, JessieLafser.com.
Okay.
CD Baby, Amazon, all of that stuff.
Awesome.
Basically, my website kind of takes you to different links. So.
Very good. There you go. Jessie Lafser, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
All right.